Hello. If you're here today, that means you've been chosen to be a member of my construction crew. Um, so what is my crew about? Uh, my mission is to provide custom homes and classic renovations on the foundations of integrity, accountability, and transparency. We want to leave our stakeholders satisfied and inspired by our quality. Um, a quote I really like is you can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. So how do we get there and how do we do this? This is established in um, our core values, our culture, and also within our community. So the first uh, thing I want to talk about is that studies show that companies who had a growth mindset culture and that stuck to their core values did as well as 600% better on the stock market over a 10-year period than companies that did not. So these core values and culture, it's in what we see in our behaviors, our systems, processes, and policies. It's in what we have to say for ourselves, our ideals, our goals, values, aspirations, and it's also in what we believe and any other underlying assumptions. So, the first core value I like to start with, one of the most important ones is integrity. In a job site scenario, this is doing the job the way that it's meant to get done, doing a job that the way you know it's expected to get done. It's kind of like doing what you would do when no one else is looking. So, would you cut corners or would you do something the right way, even if it takes a little bit more time, if it's a little bit harder work? Um, and this uh, has to do with your word, which keeping your word, honoring your word, which ties us into the next core value, which is accountability. So, the definition of accountability is an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. So, this is huge in the construction business. Now, we want to be accountable for everything we do. Don't want to point fingers and blame other people. We are responsible for a job. We want to provide quality work for our shareholders and clients. Um, so I ask you guys, what does accountability mean to you? Uh, in the sense that we want to establish it is, everyone should think like a manager almost. Everyone should be accountable. So lastly, we have transparency. So this works in two different ways. It works inside of the business. It's the need to feel comfortable, communicating with one another. We need to be open about agreements and disagreements. We need to speak out issues, goals, complaints. Um, we need to make sure we're always on the same page, pretty much. And in doing so, this will also help us build a community. There's actually an article by Jeff Hayden that states that you actually don't want to have too much of a set culture. You also want to have the correct balance of community within that culture to help develop uh, a healthy workspace. So inside of the business, transparency outside of the business. We want to work with clients. We want to voice concerns with them. We always want to make sure they're on the same page as well, staying with proper communication with them. Um, we want to walk them through each process. We don't want to leave them in the dark. We want them to be able to come to us, uh, and voice any of their concerns and be comfortable talking with us. So as long as we maintain these core values, I think we can set our business up for success and do well within our field. Thanks. Thanks for listening.